plugged into this microphone. I realised I couldn't hear myself. It took me a while to realise I couldn't hear myself, but for some reason, it needs unplugging and plugging in again when you turn the computer on. So, sorry I was a bit late starting. OBS doesn't like you changing or removing filters, and if you try, crashes. So I was trying to tweak the green screen, because the lighting in here is awful, so I have to fudge it, and I've got two different filters to try and take it out, and I was trying to remove one of them, see what that did, and OBS crashed. Anyway, that's more detail than you need. I am damp. I hope just wetness of hair will stop it falling in my face, because I haven't had time to brush it or tie it back. Might deal with both. No, don't do that. There. So today is... well, the second word is addition. Not entirely sure what the first word is yet, whether it's convict or convict. You know what, I'm going to do something for the future. Because I think that will be useful to have. And I'm going to see about... does this crash OBS? That might crash OBS. I'll put it there so that you can see it clearly. There. Now you always know what I'm drawing. I don't know why I didn't do that from the very start of this month. Given that we're now 2 weeks in. Convict edition or convict edition will mark 2 weeks of this nonsense. I don't even know which it is yet that I'm going to draw. Okay, I think I've got a plan. And it's going to be along the same sort of lines as Absent Sulfur was. So let's start by putting that sort of shape in. Hair on my stylus. Hair still on my stylus, get off. And already accidentally switched to eraser after putting one line in. Actually, I'm not going to put that bottom line in yet because I'm not sure yet where it'll need to go. Because that needs to be squarish. And I need to follow that line around. And that line around. Now, that comes out about there, I think. Let's put in a new temporary layer where we do that. We do. Oh no, that won't help at all. Let's start with that. That is the dishwasher. an implement I'm not currently enamored with. Earlier this year we had a problem of water coming up from under the kitchen floor. This problem was found to be the pipe leading into the dishwasher leaked. Cool, we'll replace the pipe. Now we're back in lockdown. Water under the kitchen floor. Pipe wasn't the problem. Sodding dishwasher was. Okay, so we want that to come down to about there. That's all I really needed that layer for. Now let's give you some depth. That's not right. Oh, shut up. That's hideous. Partly because that's too long. So let's bring that in a bit. That in a bit. As for why else it's hideous, I don't know. I think Convict is... I mean, I decided on it being a verb. Although that does, kind of in how I've gone about it, lead to it also being a noun. Bring you in quite a bit more, actually. For the second time in 2 streams. Let's get rid of that whole thing. With the same sort of rough idea, I think. these in much more though. No huge. So and I think keep with that idea too, but make it less cube. Actually, I need to rub out a bit more to make that work. So I think that's come out better than the first attempt at it. Oh no, it wasn't last stream where I erased everything right at the beginning, was it? It was the stream before. It was endorse cover. And last stream was improve eyebrow. So I've kind of gone for verb noun 3 days. I mean, twice I didn't have a choice really, because endorse and improve aren't nouns. I really think more kids should try out laryngitis. I'm going to use this as a second pencil there for a sec. I don't know why I'm changing its level really. Didn't even really need to change its level, did it? So it needs to go there. It needs to be small. Dump. 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 And dump. Join those dumps up with a douche. And a douche. 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 I did indeed say more kids should try out laryngitis. This is mostly because of loud noises outside of kids here shouting to one another, which is just a constant sound from 3 o'clock every day. I'm going to give these links thickness in a bit. Because I've given myself a security blanket of an extra layer to work with, which should see me in relatively good stead. Okay. I think I might feel more charitable to the kids around here gathering in groups of 8 or 9 just in the spot right outside our house during a pandemic. For several hours every day. It weren't for the fact that they do so right outside the room where I work which does not have a window that closes properly. The end of the pencil. What is wrong with this 6? Not half as much as it's wrong with this 4. These will both need considerable fixing. So let's start by shifting this thing further to the left. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's an improvement, but it's not good. Up a bit. That down a bit. Yeah. I'm going to erase some lines I don't like as much. Okay. Let's come back onto this layer. Turn your opacity down and yours up. Hi, Mum. Oh, you were in Skipton today. Sounds fun. How was it? Was it open? Was it legal? I think your lockdown's got less locky, while mine's got more locky. But I'm not entirely sure what mine is. So I just stay in just in case. Oh, market open. Bit of bump. Looks like it's kind of holding it up rather than wearing it on the top, but eh. This one's not going to look any better. Something looks wrong about this one. That doesn't look quite so wrong about that. But should look as wrong about that one, because it is. Make that narrower. Do. Excellent. Where is Kate flying to? Ah, yes, Cyprus. I've been talking about that. I don't know why that had slipped my mind. Yes, talking about Airbnb not distinguishing between Cyprus and North Cyprus. Which, to be fair, Cyprus doesn't distinguish between Cyprus and North Cyprus. Which, I mean, legally, no one does, except Turkey. The Republic of North Cyprus is only recognised by itself and Turkey. I think one of the least recognised, partially recognised nations in the world. Stick that in your pub quiz. I did. Chains. Why are chains so chainy? Chainy as in being like a chain rather than being Dick Cheney. Hold on, Munich? From Sicily to Cyprus via Munich? Why did it take me that long to go, hold on a minute, this does not strike me as an efficient way of getting somewhere? The buffer zone is very interesting. Yes, on Cyprus, on the island of Cyprus, there are essentially 3 countries. Cyprus, North Cyprus, if you ask North Cyprus or Turkey, or ask any South Cypriots why they don't go to the north of Cyprus. And Britain. Because that's what Britain does. It just pops up where you least expect it. I don't know what it was that I said that you're saying, and that's coming from you, Humphrey, but I doubtless deserved it. Oh no. Oh no, I've made a surreal. I accidentally did an Escher. Finding sensible routes. I mean, it is not my fault that Rotherham. I do keep getting Facebook memories cropping up saying, hey, this is what you were doing this time last year. Was it waiting for a train that didn't turn up and settling for one that went via Rotherham? Oh, yes, it was. How did you know? Because that's the same thing we do every night, Pinky. Well, every Monday. My Wednesday trains are largely uneventful. been even more uneventful for the last 8 months. When did I last go to Huddersfield? It's been a while. Castleford we didn't stop in. Oh wait, Castleford. Oh yeah, that was a weird train. Because there was a train broken down just outside Wakefield. Just where it narrows down to single track. This was less than helpful to all the trains who had to go through Wakefield. And if it could have broken down at just a slightly different place, just somewhere where a train could pass it, that would have been lovely. But no. So instead, we reversed backwards out of Wakefield, went just sort of around West Yorkshire. Trains are one thing that I don't miss about the old normal. Which is somewhat ironic, because one thing that was normal in the old normal was me missing trains. So, you know. You never know where your route will take you. But it'll probably go via Rotherham. I can't even remember what went wrong on that train to Skipton. I know something did. And I arrived in Skipton absolutely bloody fuming. But yes, the summary Rick's on a train did sort of convey the situation adequately, because apparently I've done something to piss off Northern Rail. Or some higher power. That chain's not so bad now. Let's just deal with what it's connecting to. So, this would be a useful thing to have a reference image of. That reads as handcuffs, doesn't it? Yeah. Close enough anyway. Yeah. And let's do that at that end. And how are we doing for time? Good grief, it's taken 3/4 of an hour to get to this stage. Okay. So. Now we've done that. Oh, I need to draw the... Needs to thicken up a bit, really. Okay. So let's... That. And that. That. And from this layer, we need to rub out. I'm erasing the wrong layer. So, oh, and here we need to rub out that, 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 and that. So that's what we're left with. Let's merge that down. Merge with the layer below. Turn the opacity of both of you down a bit, and let's get inking. No. I don't know why I've started doing that in capital letters, but it makes me happy. Train broke down far side of Skipton. Yes. Not the one I was on, just one close enough to it to be inconvenient. I'm going to thin that pen down. I think it would have been better to just erase that bit at the end rather than undo the whole damn thing, but eh. Like so. Quicker. Excuse me. Pen. Why are you drawing in white? That was weird. So much for that being quicker, eh? Button. I'm gonna try tracing this line through here and see if... Yeah, I don't agree with the line that I did on the pencil there. That screaming wasn't outside, it was next door. Oh, I've forgotten to thicken the numbers. One thing I will say with that trip to Skipton was it was the train in front of mine breaking down. Someone else was having a worse journey than me. I suppose the same goes for that that one by Wakefield, doesn't it? Now, what's anyone's thoughts? What's edition been convicted of? Best pun wins it. Jeremy and John, bets are off. It's a tough one, isn't it? I'm coming up completely blank. What am I doing there? Part of what I'm doing there is starting to get cramp in my hand. No, I should start doing the recommended stretches and exercises and things. But that involves being a more sensible person. Hmm. Also not very additive. Like, they're mathsy, but now I suspect that 4 here feels vindicated on the case. Because 6, as we well know, believes 7, 8, 9. So if this is that same case, and it turns out it was addition all along, one for the maths nerds in the crowd, what do you get if you cross a mountaineer with a mosquito. Give time for that to get to you so I can see if anyone gets to the punchline themselves. Nope. Nothing. You can't cross a vector and a scalar. And that is a joke I had to have explained to me. Isn't membership of a chain gang something you get by being arrested? And that's more of a pun on the chain, and that's part of the handcuffs. I'm nearly done withdrawing the chain. Yes! There we go. Thank you, Jeremy. I aim to displease. I'm just going to double check I'm drawing on the ink layer. Yes. I cannot begin to explain how upset I would be to get to this point and discover I was drawing on the pencil layer. Not everyone in the chat is ordinary mortals, Mum. Some of us are mathematicians. They walk among us. My maths is, on a scientific scale, appalling. Arithmetic? Fine. Maths? Eh. I didn't do maths for A-level. I was the only one in my A-level physics set not to do so. That made A-level physics interesting. Seeing as there is the assumption, oh, you're doing physics, you'll be doing maths then. Seeing as physics and maths... I was holding the drag key. Physics and maths, basically the same thing. This hadn't occurred to me as I was choosing my A-levels. As a result, I didn't learn integration or differentiation until uni. And in fact, I only ever learned to do one of them. And I can't remember which it was, because I can't do it anymore. It was the one that made the closest thing to sense. That's wrong. That's that line. Oh, you. Bucket. Okay. Ah, got your aviators. Oh, it is for the aviators to rest on. Ah. Hmm. That would make things make more sense, wouldn't it? Hmm. It's tempting, but at the same time, I've drawn them quite a way away from what passes for a head. Oh, definitely not a nose. Neaten this a bit while I'm over here. Could do with coming out a bit. There. You up as well. Oh, I haven't drawn. That in yet. Oh, is Rach moving up to that new room in the attic? I suppose that makes sense. And was probably the plan all along. But I'm not good at following what the plan all along is. Mum will have a distinct memory of me repeatedly saying, "What's the plan now?" on our wedding day. I just remember her grabbing me by the shoulders at one point and just going, "Stop using that word." I get so used to people having plans that when I don't know what's going on, I just assume, oh, someone will know what's going on. Nobody knew what was going on by that point. I knew you were redecorating it for someone. But given that you've recently redecorated 2 other bedrooms in that house, in which 1.5 people live, at least one bedroom has now been decorated for fun. Right. I'm gonna put a shading layer on that. It's been a while since I did one that was just ink and shading. I did set it to multiply. Doesn't really matter if it's just ink and shading, if it's not multiply, because it's the same thing. Because multiply on white is the same thing as just normal drawing. Did I give you any facial expression at all? No, I didn't. I did now. That doesn't make sense. Can't have it not making sense. Just can't be doing with it. And under the hat. Anything else that's missing? Oh, my favourite. Chains. Yeah, they look shiny. Might make some of these a bit thicker so that it's a bit less just sort of lines. Colour within the lines. You're not 3. Just picked up a pencil. Two. It's interesting how by Christmas has sort of become a go-to benchmark for this is a decent deadline to set. We have no idea what Christmas this year is going to look like. It would be nice if probably unachievable for it to sort of be back to a vague sense of normality and actually able to go to people, but thinking of ways to make the most of the current situation is probably going to see us in good stead. Ink. Ooh, that's not ink. That's paint. So that's a bit of a downer on the stream, isn't it? Let's get a bit of shading on here. Well, I think keeping some virtual element to it, even if we are back to meeting physically by then, would still be nice. Because now we've got used to this kind of thing. It's an opportunity to celebrate Christmas with people that you've never had the opportunity to before, because they're a long way away and you can only see so many people by travelling. And hey, we don't have to anymore. We've realised that we can see people on the other side of the world by logging into Zoom and say, "You're still on mute!" for an hour and a half. Then realise why you don't spend Christmas with these people. Because one of the real blessings of Christmas is getting to the end of it and going, I remember why we only see them once a year. A bunch of neatening up now. mean, all those years that you and Dad spent longing for a mute button, you only have yourselves to blame for teaching us to talk. Proficient though we may be, we were never going to figure it out by ourselves. That is Convict Edition, or the centre of this image, Convict Edition. Possibly one of the silliest things I've drawn. Tough call, I'm not sure about that. But it has to be said. Ooh, wait a second. It has to be said. It is one of the things I've drawn. So, see you again, same time-ish tomorrow to figure out what it is I'm drawing then. As always, thanks for joining me, and see you next time.